cash.
Los Angeles.
Rock and roll. My money.
When will they stop?
Well, now. Long Beach, clear skies.
And now, on with the show.
Indeed. On with the show. My name is Danny Lemos. Welcome to Mornings on the Beach. And today on the show, scientists just predicted the exact date life on Earth will end.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, so get a cup of coffee. Here we go.
More than coffee.
I'm Mike Stark, and a beloved, totally independent singer-songwriter from Detroit has passed. I'm sure you've never heard of him, but you will want to know about why he was so special, and I'll tell you about that.
All right.
I'm Melanie Ray. Do you think vacant storefronts are an eyesore? Find out how two local artists transformed one to support local underserved artists.
We have a jam-packed and fun-filled show for you.
Busy day.
Yeah, we really do. There's a lot going on in Long Beach. And we're getting more plugged in. I think people are finding out about us.
For sure.
Somebody's listening. So we have a lot to do. And a lot of people are... Chad Bishop's going to drop in. He's going to tell you about what he's got going on.
Yep.
And for those of you who are familiar with the show, Chad's a fantastic singer and musician. Happy, what is it, the third weekend already of May?
Wow.
And we're next weekend is Memorial Day. We're already in summer. And it feels
This
like...
weekend is Pride.
That's right.
Way more fun than Memorial
That's
Day.
absolutely right. And that's coming up Saturday and Sunday here in Long Beach. The parade Sunday at 10 a.m. on Ocean. And I've noticed that the setup for the festival is a little smaller this year.
Yeah, I think it's going to be smaller in general because I've been inviting people to the parade and they keep going, that's this weekend?
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going on there.
Well, I think it was the fact that some of the sponsors affected by Trump's DEI policies have decided to pull out their support.
Oh.
So the city of Long Beach, for the second year in a row, got busy and added some of their budget, but also scaled back a couple things that you're going to be happy about. One is the price.
Oh,
$20
really?
to get in now. I think the
Nice.
last time, 2 years ago, was $40 to get in.
Oh, you know what's interesting too is for years people have said, that it's too commercial. The parades have too many corporate sponsors, and maybe this is how we get it back.
You know, do you remember the early days of, like in the late 80s, how it felt like the neighborhood was throwing the party, not Budweiser?
Right.
So I'm hoping to, and it'll be a pleasant weekend for it. The weather's going to be
Yeah, it's going to be
temperate.
great.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. So that's happening in Long Beach this weekend. But one of the stories that attracted me today was a story that I read, and God love The Advocate for doing the story, 100 Days and 100 of the most hilarious, horrific, and heinous things done by the Trump administration. Now, here's what I was going to do.
Only 100?
I was going to actually
Start.
say, I was going to read a billboard and play it in the background and tune in during the show to see it's still running because it's 100 items, right? Then I started recording. That's too long. It's like too long. So the way we'll do it this time is that you give me a number and I'll give you the point of what they've
okay.
done. 1 to 100, and there are 100 items on
doubt.
this list. So what do you, give me a number and we'll look them up.
17.
Okay, number 17 on their list is Peter Navarro's fictional alias Ron Vara inspires Trump's tariff policies. That was one thing they did,
I don't even understand that one, but I'm sure it's bad.
Another number.
How about 69?
Oh, all right. A top of mind for you, eh, Mike? Here we go.
How's that knee going? Hip. It was a hip.
It was a hip.
Inside jokes. Trump and other Republicans propose restrictions on public protests. That's going on. Why would anyone want to offend the dear leader? That's their 17.
Some good old fashioned.
And I'll pick one here. I'll 75. The administration announces further plans for further cuts in funding for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention. And that's actually happening this week. That the cuts left. Trump doesn't care about another pandemic, given that he didn't care about COVID.
Yeah.
And this is the Advocate magazine. They wrote a whole bunch of, and you know, it's funny, but at the same time very depressing when you realize all the stupid stuff that's going on. And the last point, number 100, was that Trump is president of the United States. God help us all.
Yeah.
I think
What
that's
was
how you're
number
feeling.
one?
Going way
He's panning on the iPad there.
Yeah,
Scroll.
I am. Here we go. Number 1, Melania's inaugural hat.
Oh,
It was hilarious, heinous, and out of a horror movie. It kind of was.
Yeah.
The Hamburglar is what it recalls.
It's
it.
soulless. Everything they project is soulless.
And number 3, the Gulf of America. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Remember that? It was 3 months ago.
Right. Isn't it true?
been
And
hard
then,
3
of course,
months, yo.
people still arguing about, they can't do that. Of course they can't. But they did.
Right.
That's just about this administration.
Yep.
But another article that I just love because of the headline, and this is The Advocate once again. Trump's three stooges of U.S. healthcare: a skeptic, a quack, and a huckster.
And all three of them are RFK Jr.
Well, they could be. But what an amazing bunch of folks, right? And they're talking about Dr. Oz, right? He's the quack. The skeptic is RFK, of course. And then Dr. Casey Means, Trump's nominee for Surgeon General, who, by the way, doesn't have a medical license. Has never really practiced with patients.
Right?
But why would you need that? Amazing team that is being assembled. And this is the revolving door happening once again. We've seen this already. And if you've got the books at home on the first Trump presidency and all the horrors that were in the back office, bring them out because it's probably repeating the same way.
Yeah.
Nothing's changing except this week we heard about the Qatar is giving him a jet.
Oh, a jet,
big jet.
How could that go wrong?
$400 million. Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever heard of a thing called a Trojan horse?
Exactly. No, I thought
That's
about
the first thing I thought about.
Me too. And there was a part of me that was like, okay.
Yeah, they're going to be listening on his phone calls. Who knows what else is going to be in this plane that they're going to give him?
You know, I'm so tired of the headline, GOP raises eyebrows at recent blah, 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 blah. You know.
Yeah, after all of the Biden stuff that was accused of Joe Biden of doing
Remember
stuff.
when he got ice cream? Ugh, that guy.
That's true. It is insane, and it gets insaner every day. But, of course, it springs to mind that he is going to keep this plane when he leaves office, which immediately put all the pundits up because he said he's leaving office. So maybe the plane will be a good incentive for him to go.
Right.
Who knows? But can you imagine taking a $400 million gift from any country that you have business interests with? What's not going to happen? Oh, it's going to be, this is amazing. And then just yesterday, the drummer for a rock group forcibly removed from his plane on the way to fly for a tour. This is Lord Buffalo, their drummer, who was Yamal Said. And he had a green card, is a lawful permanent resident of the U.S., even though he's a Mexican citizen as well. And he has not been released, the band says. We've been unable to contact him, and we are currently working with an immigration lawyer to find out more information and to attempt to secure his release. Wow.
Yep.
Okay, and they're just picking people up.
It's just getting so insane.
And then if they make a mistake and pick you up, that doesn't matter either.
Of course. You're still somewhere where people can't find you.
Right.
That's the horrible
And it's
part.
not deportation. It's kidnapping. They're not sending them back to where they're from. They're sending them to wherever we're getting a cheap prison set up. El Salvador, Guantanamo, whatever.
If they just make a mistake, then you're literally in no man's land. Your friends, their family, nobody can reach you.
Right. Nobody knows where you are.
What do you do?
You're victimized by whomever is in charge, whomever else is sharing that space with you.
This is our country.
It's our country
That's
now.
what we become. Yeah.
Absolutely.
At least we don't have a woman president.
Yeah, really. Because the men are doing so well.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're known for it.
Yeah, well.
Sorry.
The only good news that we have in this segment is what's going to happen at the airport here in L.A., right? Because we're talking about the new metro stop and all the people mover and everything's set to open in June.
Oh, that's right.
The new transit center.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so soon.
Hopefully. And I want to try it. I definitely want to try it. I have to go to El Segundo to meet someone for dinner because it would be senseless to take two cars to El Segundo, then drive from there downtown to a theater. We're going to go to a show. So I'm thinking the metro, investigating the metro to El Segundo, it's not as easy as it sounds.
No.
But
No,
it takes,
it's not.
yes, an hour and 20 minutes is on what they project. So, but I'm going to try it. I'm going to
Take
see.
some audio.
Now, this,
Yeah, actually, that would be great.
this past week, I maneuvered the LAX airport, and I have to tell you that they have improved the signage, the setup, the color coding of pickup spots, and all of that. And it's a little bit easier to get around in that mess.
Did you notice if it was any faster?
Well, we came in on a Prime shuttle, but it seemed that they were still backed up. Wow. So
Yeah, no, it was a mess the last time I was there, so I'm glad to hear something's improved. That would be helpful. But it's going to be in preparation for the Olympics. Everything seems to be in preparation for the Olympics, getting ready, and we'll see.
Yep.
I'm going to get out of town.
I want to rent my house.
I do too.
Yeah, that's
I'm right
apparently-
downtown.
That's
Longview.
apparently the thing everybody's going to do.
Yeah, we're all gonna. Where are we gonna go? Let's go to Airbnb and find ourselves somewhere. That'd be
Right.
great. It's Mornings on the Beach and time for a little music. So we've got a couple of things.
How about Mary Chapin Carpenter and a new
Nice.
song from her, Bitter Ender. That's brand new music from Mary Chapin Carpenter and Bitter Ender.
It's a great song. It's Mornings on the
I
Beach.
love her.
I do too. And I love the music Mike picks. And we got something special coming up in a few minutes, but stay with us. But first, we're going to talk about some news we've had recently about what everybody has probably in their desk drawer or their the coffee holder in your cup.
They used to be in our pockets, but I don't know anymore. Was pennies.
Yeah.
They're not going to produce pennies anymore. It turns out that 1 cent makes 3.7 cents to make. It takes 3.7 cents
Wow.
to make a penny.
So is this a Doge cut? If it is, it's the first good one.
Right.
Absolutely.
How many pennies? Do we know how many pennies are in circulation? Like, how many grandpas have them in those 5-gallon jugs?
Right.
Right.
For their grandson's graduation?
Didn't you do a story about one recently where a guy had like 40 jugs and it turned into $1,000?
Yeah, that was it. After all of that trouble,
There's the point.
$1,000. Yeah, and they agreed to count them with the machine because they don't do that anymore. You can't
Right.
take your coins to them. They bring them rolled. So a penny out of circulation.
When we have that giant penny downtown by the library.
No. I hope they roll it away.
Yes, ICE is going to come drag it off its foundation.
We should put a little sign that says, roll away the stone.
Yeah. And eventually kids will be like, what's that?
They have to upgrade to a nickel.
Is that Abraham
Right.
Lincoln?
That's funny. And there'll be that, right? A generation of people who have no idea what a penny is.
Yeah.
Wow. Just looking. That's the way we go.
That's fine with me.
Yeah.
How,
do you save change? Are you?
no,
I do.
Here's what I do. When I spend cash in a place, they give me, I keep the bills and I put the change in the tip jar or whatever. I don't want to deal with change anymore.
Oh, I do. My dad was a bartender, so there was always a big jar of change.
And so do you actually dip into different spot and grab it on the way out?
So now I take the change out of my pocket and put it in the jar.
I
and then
always
I'm a
forget.
teacher, so when I'm broke during the summer, I take it
there
to
you go.
Coinstar. Or I take it to the credit
Coinstar
union.
is great because
They roll it for you.
yeah, well, you basically get rid of it that way. Except they want a little cut unless you get a gift card. So I always, if I have a bunch of change, I'll turn it into a Starbucks card or something.
My
like
credit union does it for free.
Oh, cool.
And then I got to pick out all the washers and foreign money and screws. I've broken that machine more than once.
I have a little chalice, a little copper chalice in the corner, the north corner of my house, because that's where abundance gathers, according to feng shui.
That's so Catholic and feng shui at the same
Isn't
time.
it? And it has coins in it that I gotten from traveling around the world. Because when am I ever going to use a coin from Mexico?
Right.
I don't care. I don't remember to bring them with me when I go to Mexico. So,
Right.
But it's there, and it's got lottery tickets in it. So it's my abundance corner. And so far, it's not working. We'll see. I have patience, but it's not working. By the way, as we said at the top of the show, scientists have just predicted the exact date life on Earth will end. Oh. Yeah. These are researchers at Toho University in Japan using NASA planetary models and a supercomputer that ran 400,000 simulations, discovered that our planet's breathable atmosphere will collapse long before Earth itself is physically destroyed. So these movies that you see where the world falls apart, then everything grows on top of it, that's not the way it's going to happen. First, we're going to run out of air, and the sun is aging, and with that comes more heat. And of course, with more heat comes less water, and there you go. The cycle's broken. However, here's the good news. Unless you live to 100 billion, it's not going to happen. So they say it'll be more around 2 billion years.
Was Trump part of that equation?
Actually, it's downsized from 4.5. So
did the computer know that Trump is running America?
He's actually outlawed the sun.
Right.
Because, solar panels and all that.
I know.
Silly stuff. Oh, my God, this administration. Really, what did they pay attention to? Right? Oh, my God. What was the kid? Did you hear the kid that asked why Trump is orange on TV?
Yes, I did. I did. They wanted to move on from that. Well, he may appear orange to you. No, orange.
Yeah.
All of us. All of us.
That's what I'm saying. Come on, look at the picture.
100% gaslighting.
He said, it's your perspective. Yeah, well,
It's gaslighting. That's what this admin depends on. You didn't see that?
Yeah, you didn't.
He didn't lie.
That
He's
is
not orange.
so crazy. Really, when she's telling the truth, that is so insane.
Right.
That we're at that
And you have a
point.
grown man, by the way, a grown man telling a child, you are not seeing what you are
You're
seeing.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
America.
Yeah, there we go. I thought the other day as I'm driving down Broadway and I'm looking at kids going to school, I'm thinking, when they're in their 30s, are they going to know how to manage this?
No.
Do they have any skills left? Are they learning any skills to manage
Well, imagine-
the world and climate
No.
control and all this other stuff that's going to be left in their laps?
Well, and imagine all the children who are not going to school because their parents are afraid of being picked up. Because their children, even who are
That's true.
who are born here legally, that ICE is using to bait undocumented immigrants. So I guarantee you, there's thousands of children not going to school right now.
And it is right here in Long Beach. We're not talking about any place else.
Oh, it's right here. And I have to say, and I know public schools don't get much of a nod, but the public schools, Long Beach Unified, where I used to work as well, have released letters saying we are not going to cooperate with ICE.
Good for them.
And we want to keep a safe environment. Now, I think people still aren't going to send their children because there's only so much power schools have.
Exactly.
And
when they put a judge in jail because they took someone down a hallway that the public wasn't allowed to go in, so when ICE showed up, they didn't go down the hallway. But they put her in jail because of contempt.
I know many teachers who have said, "You'll take me before you'll take my kids."
I feel the same way.
But then where do they take them?
Exactly.
You don't have to charge people anymore.
What we start doing is supporting them with tracking devices so that we can find
exactly.
them when they go.
Yeah.
What else can you do? It's in my lap, too. I know I've talked to you guys off air about a friend of ours from the dog park. Their ICE is looking for him right now.
Yeah.
He moved out of his apartment because he realized his last paycheck was mailed there. Because he knows they're looking.
I have friends who are hiding.
And that just makes me, by the way, it wakes me up to think, what can I do? What can I do? And I'm thinking I could really make my current situation is very comfortable. But if I make it uncomfortable and invite him in, then I have the ability to help someone. And I guess you have to be uncomfortable to put yourself in that situation. A lot of people wouldn't even think about it. Right. I'm concerned with what would happen if ICE shows up and blah, blah. But I'm telling you, not enough to not offer him a place to stay if he needs it.
Yeah.
So it hasn't come to that yet because he's sleeping in his car. He's proud. But it's right here. I mean, literally blocks away.
Right.
This is going on, and it's just insane. So what can you do? You just got to keep faith, man. Keep faith.
Absolutely.
You just do. And do the fun stuff. And we got news about that coming up later in the show. Some fun stuff coming to the park near you. So stay here and listen to that. But in the meantime...
Yeah, I wanted to pay tribute to a gentleman we lost. Not many people know about Stuart Frankie. He's a Detroit singer, songwriter, cancer advocate, writer. He was an advocate for all sorts of political causes, but he never left the Michigan area. He was an independent artist. He made 14 or 15 albums, all on his own, completely without a record label,
really? Wow.
And is just loved in Detroit. He was a big star in Detroit. He passed away this last week. He had battled cancer for years. He had a stroke a few years ago, and he passed away from the stroke a few days ago. And he's just a great, great artist. I would suggest that people go look at his catalog on Spotify and all of that. It's considered kind of blue-eyed soul. And he's worked with a bunch of different people. He's worked with Springsteen, and he toured with Bob Seger locally in the Michigan area. Bob Seger's a Detroit guy, and just a great guy. I interviewed him 6 or 7 times, and I'm putting together for a future LA radio sessions a compilation of the interviews I did with him. He was the sweetest soul in the world, and I wanted to pay tribute to him today. This is a song we're going to play into the break that he did with the Funk Brothers. Now, if you know who the Funk Brothers are, they were the band that backed up all of the Motown artists in the 60s. And he was able to get them for one last performance before most of those folks passed away. Wow. And it's a song that's a tribute to Detroit. It's called Motor City Serenade. And here's a clip from an interview I did with him and asked him how he put this together.
Broadcasting from Shannon's Corner at Broadway and Pine in downtown Long Beach, home of the Secret Island Tiki Bar, this is 99.1 FM KLBP Long Beach Public Radio.
It's Mornings on the Beach, your Saturday, Sunday morning show with you right here. I'm Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
I'm Melanie Ray. And next, I want to introduce you to another friend of mine and her colleague, local artists who've found beautiful ways to transform vacant storefronts. Monica Flemming and Vinny Picardi. Hi.
Hello. Hello.
How are you?
We're fabulous.
You're up early on a Saturday morning, or Sunday, depending on when you're listening. Now, I was intrigued. Tell us about the current project you're working on.
Vinny and I are co-owners of a nonprofit gallery in downtown Long Beach called Loiter Galleries. We started in 2018 as a pop-up. We've just been very fortunate with the landlord that we've had that's kept us around this long. We have since then been in 3 other locations in the general same area. So the newest space that we have is in the same area. We've been there for 3 years. Our goal is to, do some really great programming for underserved artists.
So you're taking a storefront that was empty before, right? And transforming it into some artist space.
Yeah. So the first space we had was an empty storefront. They're all empty storefronts. And that's kind of a little bit of the mission that, I'll let Vinny explain a little bit more.
Right, revitalize.
Yeah.
It's about revitalizing the downtown area, adding art and optimism to empty spaces. We had there was the COVID, of course, kind of killed a lot of businesses in the downtown area.
Yeah,
So there were just a lot of vacant storefronts. So we just had this idea to kind of transform those spaces into art galleries. And I love transforming spaces. It's just kind of a latent thing I didn't know I enjoyed, but I do very much. There's nothing more exciting than seeing a big empty space and letting your imagination run wild. So we didn't have a huge budget. We still don't have a huge budget, but we've been able to get a lot of in-kind donations from people, lighting, things like that. In the very beginning, it was pretty bare bones, and we just kind of hobbled together a lot of things. But we still were able to transform our first space into like a really, really, really cool gathering place and gallery for Long Beach, kind of Long Beach and LA area artists, pretty much.
So do you do like reaching out to other artists and involving them in the program, or do they find you?
In the beginning, since we were so fresh, we had to do the basic approaches with artist calls, and before anybody knew who we really were. Mm-hmm. So we were doing artist calls on Instagram and just kind of word of mouth to like other artists that we had known. Had worked with in the past and gave them the opportunity to show at the gallery. But now, since we've grown so much, we just get, a surplus of submissions on a regular basis, which is a testament to how much we've grown. So,
absolutely.
So, Vinny, you're a photographer and a musician. How did you guys meet?
We met in what we called
giggles already.
A foxhole experience. We were.
Dare we go on?
Yes, and you wind up having lifelong friends, and so far we're fulfilling that.
That's wild
message, because we did go through a challenge. We were both showing at the brewery in Los Angeles.
I remember that.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, we showed together.
Oh, that was you. Okay, I met you way back then.
Memories.
I guess we go way back, Vinny.
It's wild. So in the current space, where are you guys? Actually, you're on the promenade, I understand?
Yeah, we're in downtown Long Beach. Our focus right now is on downtown Long Beach. And to dovetail on what Monica said, as artists, we were just fed up with the legacy gallery model and how difficult it was to get in. You had to know somebody, or you had to give $1,200 just to get your work submitted.
Wow.
We said enough of this. There's just way too many talented artists here in Long Beach that are not getting their shot. And we said, we're going to change that. So we did start Loiter Galleries, which really quickly is just taking up vacant storefronts and then reimagining them, as Monica said so well. And so it is focusing on underserved artists. And it has been a huge success because, unfortunately, there are a ton of these folks.
Yeah, I noticed as you drive down Pine.
We really get excited because sometimes for the very first time, they're having a gallery exhibit. And some of them have been in the business for 10 years. And so it is solving a problem. So any successful venture as an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur for my day job. So in any successful mission, you're going to have a void. And that was the void. Wow. That artists were not getting their fair share to show. And in addition to that, as Monica talked about, the COVID experience and also mainly the lockdowns just killed a lot of businesses. So we are now popping up art installations in some of these businesses. So if there are any businesses out there that are in the downtown Long Beach area and you guys want some fabulous art that's going to attract people to that particular location and make your place sell faster or lease faster, just let us know. And you can find our information on loitergalleries.com.
Oh, so you're running other spaces as well.
Yeah, we're busy.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
How do the landlords feel? Do they cooperate? Are they happy to have somebody in their building? Or are they reticent?
Well, I have some friends from Brooklyn when I grew up. There's
the answer.
It all goes very smoothly.
That's how you get stuff done.
His name is Vinny.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, yeah. It's great. I love it. I was driving from 8th to Ocean on Pine the other day and realized what a great district this is, but it's like the before picture.
Right.
It really could, if they could get the Retro Row people down here to do the same sort of revitalization of this neighborhood, it would be our main street in Long Beach, and it deserves to be.
That's a great observation, Danny, because that's so true.
Now, the bad news is that took 25 years. I don't have that long. Right. But it's a great way to envision how the businesses can support a neighborhood. So I'm thinking if you were stopping up at the coffee house, Anna's, and you're going to walk down and you walk past a couple of art galleries on a Sunday afternoon, wouldn't that be great? Maybe there's a musician somewhere. Art and music, I think, should go together.
Absolutely.
So I'm really all for it. And how can we support you?
Monica?
Go, Vinny.
Yeah, you could basically, the easiest way, of course, we have a GoFundMe page.
Okay.
So it's called Loiter Galleries, and it's easy to remember because we loiter wherever we go. We pop up in so many different places, you never know where we're going to be. So it is LOITER galleries.com, and you can find information and contact us through there. In addition to that, you're going to also see a really exciting project we have upcoming, which is to take the 1930s mural mosaic that's located right in downtown Long Beach. You'll see it in the Harvey Milk Park.
Yep.
We're revitalizing that through projection mapping. This is a company that works on the Olympics. We're going to make the characters and the background of this mosaic come to life with projection animation.
Super cool.
And this is a project where we're looking for sponsors right now. And so if you guys want to get involved with that, anybody out there that hears us, we want to make it Long Beach's second most popular attraction.
That's fantastic. That is fantastic.
And it'll draw a lot of people downtown.
In the darker months, of course.
Yeah.
Because it's a projection. But it would also be amazing to walk past a bunch of empty storefronts with these wild, amazing, beautiful, bright.
Absolutely.
It would definitely help with the mental health of pedestrians going by.
Yeah.
That's wonderful.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
It also helps the landlords because it does wind up moving the leasing spaces quicker because it's not a dead hole.
I bet.
It's not a dead black hole. It's there's people, there's traffic in there, and there's light and brightness and optimism.
Great. Well, thank you.
Thank you for coming in here, and come back when you're ready to open that presentation there at Harvey Milk Plaza. We'd love to be a part of that if we can.
Absolutely.
That would be awesome.
Thank you.
That'd be great.
All right.
And spread the word if you would, guys. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Vinny and Monica.
Good stuff.
It's been really fun. You
Loiter
guys are
Galleries.
fun.
That's Stephen Kellogg with some help from the Counting Crows and Almost Woke You Up.
On your Saturday, Sunday morning show right here at Mornings on the Beach. I'm Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
I'm Melanie Ray.
And we've got a guest in our studio.
We certainly do.
Please bring him up here. Welcome, Chad Bishop. Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, you all. Ooh, that song was so appropriate. I'm trying to wake up right now.
Well, it's early morning, so we get it. But you're here because of what's going on right above us, actually, right?
Right next to us.
Right?
Yeah,
oh, you moved over here to the
It's changed.
Oh, no
Yes,
kidding.
as
I'm
of-
behind the times, ladies and gentlemen. So update us.
We're going to get you up to speed.
Yeah.
We started upstairs at the top. Well, first of all, the event is called the Long Beach Soul Collective presents Live at. And this week it's at Secret Island. It's a much more intimate space.
I like it.
Yeah.
And
I
for
like it a
what
lot.
we're doing, it's kind of like our show is speakeasy style.
Yeah.
So that Secret Island lends itself to that.
It
purpose.
does. It really does. It's downstairs below Shannon's Pub on the corner of Pine and Broadway, right next door to, KLBP, Long Beach Public Radio.
Yep.
And what other radio station do you know that shares a wall with a bar? That's really weird.
Yeah, you just step on the other side of the wall. And
Yeah.
say hello.
So what time and when?
Time 6 till 9 p.m. every first and third Wednesday.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
And so you just got through doing one?
Yes, we've done one already.
One,
we had
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just you, it's other folks with you, correct?
Yes, it's the Long Beach Soul Collective. It's hosted by Philosophy, who's
Oh, yeah, we know Philosophy.
Yeah.
CSULB Slam champion poet. There's a set. There's a set by the Acoustic Soul Express, which is myself and Ashanti Dykes, and that's the Acoustic Soul Express and Friends set. And then I just introducing a new band called C-Bone and the Soul Shack Players. We do the last set. And depending on the night, there's a DJ there. Now that we're at Secret Island, it's a little smaller, so we're going to kind of figure out where to put the DJ. But yeah, that's...
Put him over here in the radio station. That'd be the best place for him. Yeah, Boomer loves the place.
Hey.
Yeah, we go next door. Actually, he took me there for the first time because he disappeared from the radio station, and I found him over there. And I had never been in, even though we're next door. I had never been in because I'm never up at 8 o'clock at night. So, but it's a great place. It's such an intimate feel. I love the feeling of it. They have some great cocktails. So it's just a great little place, and I'm really happy that they're our neighbors. And our landlords. In a way.
Let's spread the word, please do. We
will.
Be there.
So, other things you have going on? You're busy.
Yeah, just trying to get more solid as a business person. So, most recently, have started working on putting together a business team with the help of some friends.
Wow.
And I want to get my business as sharp as the. I want to concentrate on the band. And sometimes, as you guys know, as an independent artist, you have to do pretty much as you can by yourself. So it helps so much when you have people, when you have a team. And like right now,
you almost have to.
I have a brand new team, and we're on the move, man. I'm just
Cool.
very appreciative.
Well, they
really
do
great.
call it music business, right?
And it is hard. To do both is definitely, I would imagine, very hard. Yeah. So that's great. But great. So that's, again, we want to pitch it because it's supporting you. First and third Wednesdays.
Yes.
At the Secret Island Tiki Bar. They love to have everybody come down.
I also want to throw a plug in there for the album Soul Butter, which is out on Bandcamp right now. And actually, thanks to all the people who've supported the music, who've bought the CD, there will be physical copies at the first show of June. So for those who've bought and shared online, thank you so very much. It's at bandcamp.com, and the project is called Soul Butter.
Sweet.
It's fantastic. Great. Fantastic.
Hey.
Look who it is. It's Stan DeWitt.
Hey.
What are the odds?
Yeah, baby.
Hey.
How y'all doing?
We're doing fantastic. And talk about timing, because this is the time of the show where we talk about what's coming up for you to go and be entertained by. And we've got something, or you've got something that's it's outrageous. I love the idea. Why don't you explain what I'm talking about?
Yeah, we do, and we're really excited about it. So I'm the executive director of the Long Beach Youth Chorus at Civic Children's Choir, and one of our board members, who happens to be my cousin, talked to me last year about an idea she had about doing a community sing-along event and make it a free event and use it as a way of kind of, promoting the youth chorus and what we're trying to do around town. And I loved the idea because several years back I played for 3 or 4 of these things up in LA at the Music Center and then at the Ford Theater. And they were just fantastic. They were a lot of fun. You get a live band, you get somebody leading the songs, and everybody gets the lyrics, and then you just play through the songs, and everybody just sings along to their heart's content. So we started kind of put together a steering committee. We decided we're going to do this thing. So it's coming up, and it's going to be on May 31st. It's going to be starting at 5 o'clock at the Recreation Park Band Shell on 7th, just off of Federation Drive. And, we've got a great band, and we've got a bunch of people that are going to be coming up on stage and leading the songs. The idea, of course, is that they're not doing solos. They're actually just prompting the audience to jump in and take over the singing. So, so some of the people that are going to be leading songs, including myself, are the Long Beach Youth Chorus, of course. The Camarada Singers are going to be there.
Oh, really?
Leading some songs. Yeah, Golden Sands Chorus, which is a women's barbershop group, is going to lead some. And then we got some people in the community that are going to be doing it as well. Marcel Epley, who's the president of the Long Beach Community Foundation.
Sure, we love her.
And, just a bunch of people.
And also, one of our very own is going to be out there helping out, right?
She is. She's going to be signing. Melanie, are you there?
I am. I'm so excited because I was going to go anyway. And then I interpreted, for your concert a few days ago. And I have to say how wonderful it was to hear children singing and then to see the delight on everybody's faces at the same time. It was really wonderful. I'm so excited to go and interpret, songs that everybody knows.
As soon as I heard about it, I was like, I'm there.
Yeah,
I am so there.
I'm in.
And if you listen to the show, we've talked before about involving yourself in things that are outside your house, involving with your other community members. This is perfect.
Right.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's just about
singing. There's nothing more joyous than singing.
Can't but have a good time.
Right.
Yeah. So, and it's in Recreation Park Band Shell. Are the pups allowed? Can we bring the dogs too?
Oh, yeah, it's a park.
Boomer, guess what?
I'm sure it's fine.
We're going to go sing. This is going to be a lot of fun. You can feel it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. And I'm looking forward to it.
Well, and not only that, but people can bring, picnic baskets if they want, bring beverages, but we're also going to have some food trucks there. So if you just show up and just want to go get a pupusa or whatever we've got there, then, come have dinner.
You know what, Stan? I'm going to do something. I'm going to raid the KLBP prize closet and bring something you can give away. How's that?
That's fantastic. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and you know what? We can do it however you want, like somebody's birthday in the crowd, whatever, however you want to do it. But I think it'd be great to just, because who likes to go out and get something and bring it home, something free?
Freebies and singing?
We got all kinds of stuff in there. I'll dig through it and bring something along with us.
And this is the kind of thing that I think is the only antidote to the harsh news we're receiving every day is to go to these kinds of events where people are, you don't even need to talk to people if you don't want to, but just soak up the energy of people meeting and doing something positive and hearing music you love. It's a thing to do.
So, Stan.
Yeah, and I said after 9/11, I said to one of my classes that I taught music appreciation class, and I said, I know in times like these it feels like what's the point of music, but music is what gets us through these times.
Absolutely.
So it's really, you're absolutely right, Melanie. That's exactly what this is about. It's about coming together as a community. It's about expressing joy, expressing love, and just having a great time, and then giving us the strength to get through the next day.
Yeah.
So, Stan, I don't want to be a spoiler here, but can you give us any sort of a preview of the tunes that are going to be sung so that I can check the lyrics list before I get there?
Yeah, I absolutely can. And matter of fact, if people want to see the list of songs, it's now live on our website. Our website is longbeachyouthchorus.org. And if you type that in, then go to the Sing Along Beach is what we're calling the event. Click on that link, and then from there you can see all the songs we're going to do, which includes, we're dividing the set into 3 different chunks. So we're doing about 7 or 8 songs from each chunk. The first set's going to be songs about California. So California Dreamin', California Girls, I Love LA, Hotel California, etc. Then we're going to do some songs that were from either Broadway shows or movies. So that'll include everything from Do Re Mi and Let It Go to The Impossible Dream and Happy from the Despicable Me movie. And then the one I'm really excited about is the last third of the show because it's going to be rock anthems. So it's All You Need Is Love, We Will Rock You, and We Are the Champions, which, by the way, that's one of the songs our youth chorus is going to be leading the singing.
Wow, I can hear it now.
And we rehearsed with them on Monday, and they sound amazing already.
Excellent.
Tears.
Excellent.
Bring your big lighter.
I guess I don't need.
100%.
Download the app.
I guess I don't need to look at the lyric sheets.
Exactly.
Those are all pretty well-known songs.
Great. Although I'll have to brush up on Hotel California. I got to brush up on that one. That's
A lot of words on that one.
It's May 31st at Recreation Park Bandshell. And once again, that's on the corner of 7th and you said Federation or?
It's between Federation and Park Avenue.
Right.
It's you can see
Can't
the
miss
bandshell
it.
from 7th Street, but you kind of want to park over on either on Park or on Federation.
Yeah. And, I'll cross the street to my favorite little place there and get a burrito. That's a great place to go. So we'll look forward to it, Stan. Thank you for calling in.
We'll see you then.
Yeah, good to talk to you guys. Thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Take care.
So we only have a few more seconds left of our show, and I know that we want to promote what's coming up on Sunday.
Yeah, we've got a real great exclusive that's going to be an ongoing thing here in the future. We got Black Sabbath drummer Bill Ward has come to be part of the KLBP family. He's doing a show on my show this week, and he and I had done shows for about 20 years together at the LA radio studio. Now he's coming back. He's going to be previewing the big Black Sabbath reunion that's happening in July in Birmingham, England. And then after that's over, there won't be any more Black Sabbath, so Bill will have a lot of time to do radio. So he's going to do a regular shift on my show.
No kidding.
Every couple months.
Oh, that's
So
great. It will be the
great.
one you air here, right?
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
fantastic.
So
That's great.
The first one is tomorrow at 10 o'clock or today at 10 o'clock.
Well, time for us to scoot on out of here. What a great show.
Yeah.
Everybody popping in now. This is really great. You can't turn a corner in Long Beach without seeing Melanie, apparently. So,
It's true.
It's great. We
When
rep
do you sleep,
everywhere.
anyway?
I was going to say, she's signing here. She's teaching there. This is fantastic. So have a great weekend out there. We'll talk to you again next weekend or hopefully before. My name is Danny Lemos.
I'm Mike Stark.
Melanie Ray.
And we'll take you out with some Will Hogue from his new album, Second-Handed Heart.